Hello again. Welcome to the continuation of the greatest call short discourses. In our next most important lesson gathered from life, aka living, is that the unity of purpose between ultimate consciousness and that of our individual speck of consciousness is the definition of and for belief. Brandon, Echo, Larry, India, Echo, Frank, belief. Folks, would you remember that we are not talking about organized religion kind of beliefs here? Those are belief systems we subscribe to when we get into a religion, and most often than not to lead mankind and womankind together to their maker, our maker. And what you're talking about today is the individual's conscious choice of an object or condition or conditions desired. Wherever there is absolute belief, we all can agree there are no doubt. Again, wherever there is absolute belief, there are essentially no doubt. Zilch. Zilch. And at that instant, or when there are no doubts, the object or condition desired cannot, will not, shall not fail to occur or be experienced. Whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it. It is, i.e., no doubt, and it will be yours. So goes the most celebrated human being that we've ever witnessed and seen on this planet Earth. And like he rightly said, whatever, he did not say ask based on your skin color, neither did he say ask based on educational background, not even nationality. He said whatever you can conceive as yours, as your want. And we all need objects and conditions desired in life, aka living. I don't know if you've met anybody who doesn't need anything like that. I have not. So believing the object or condition desired is achieved is also known as a mental state of no doubt. No doubt. That's total acceptance of an object or condition desired. From experience, let me tell you this, that there is an overwhelming knowingness when belief is matured or completed. Again, there is an overwhelming knowingness when belief is matured or completed. You just know that it's going to happen. You just know that you're going to get it. You just know. You just know. And later we shall go into how to achieve that state of no doubt. We shall go into the details of how to do that. When I started my long walk into the knowledge of consciousness, I kept on asking myself, why do we have to absolutely believe with no doubt before the conditional object is seen? It didn't make sense to me that time because I was just barely started to understand consciousness and how it works and how the law works from first principle. So why do we have to absolutely believe with no doubt before the conditional object is seen. You know, folks, this is where most motivational speakers fail in their explanation. All that they know that is that it works when there are no doubt. But as to why, most who do not understand consciousness and principle from first principle cannot give you the why. You see, I am no motivational speaker. I am not at all. I am only a lifetime student of consciousness. And that is all there is to life. Consciousness. You know, once we begin to understand consciousness, most of these derivative laws that they espouse at these seminars will be so glaring it can blind the greatest human sight. You know, once we understand the primary laws of the universe, we do not need to go to these motivational seminars, even though I do advise that you should. You know why? Because then we can all see the things that they tell us coming back to the foundation. That consciousness creates wherever it is directed. Again, consciousness creates wherever it is directed. We've talked about this many times on this channel, and viewers and listeners, if you have not seen any of our videos on the subconscious mind and also the nature of creation, human creation, please go back to our channel and check it out. Everything we hear from these motivational seminars shall corroborate, support the derivative of the primary law, and that is consciousness create wherever it is directed. Our speck of consciousness, my speck of consciousness, your speck of consciousness is never different in its essence from the ultimate consciousness. It is only different in degree. Again, the speck of consciousness that we all share is just like taking a drop from the ocean. The ocean will be ultimate consciousness, the all, and then the drop will be yours. Again, the example or the similitude will be taking a drop of water from the ocean, where the ocean is the ultimate consciousness, and that drop is your consciousness or my consciousness. So, are they different? They are not different in essence. It's only in degree and magnitude of power. So again, why do we have to achieve a state of no doubt before our object or condition desired is seen? This is the definition from consciousness. And we all do know, like we talked about, consciousness does not dilly-dally. It doesn't flip-flop. It is the absolute. It cannot want and not want at the same time. So it's either we select the goal or object to flow towards our consciousness, or to focus our attention, i.e. at erst directed consciousness, or we don't at all. And guess what? Guess what? We shall still create something out of the confusion. Our outward condition, our lives would mirror the confusion in our inability to select a particular purpose. Again, if we do not select a particular condition or goal desired and direct all our conscious effort towards, consciousness must still create. So then our outward confusion is going to be the direct mirror of our inner. There will be confusion, chaos outside us. There must be. Because we have failed to really direct consciousness towards what we most desired. And it's just creating something out of that confusion and our inability to select a purpose or a goal or any condition desired. Motivational speakers do very well when it comes to how how they've gleaned this from experience. Most of them don't know the why, but I think the time has come that most of us, we are getting awakened. We are taking back our powers, folks, that we have to know the why. You know, you don't have to do anything with brute force. You have to be inspired. You have to be energized. You have to be moved to do it. And once you know the why, God, the how is so easy. So, how do we get to a state of no doubt? You know, motivation speakers again says, why do people who have written down their goals achieve them faster than those who don't? And even those who review their goals on a daily basis achieve them even way more faster than those who have just written them down and then kept them somewhere else. You know, like a book they never open, or under a couch or a bed. The answer is constant repetition. Constant repetition. You see, belief is built gradually by constant repetition. Belief in anything is built gradually by constant repetition. You know, most of our thoughts are repetitive. You know, if we repeat anything to ourselves at least 3 times a day, we can all join to promise you, to promise me, that belief would begin to encrust, will begin to harden. And once belief is absolute, our thought on the object or condition or conditions then move from if it will ever happen at all, which is an adverb of condition, to when. Because by then we know to when, which is an adverb of time. Because the only thing that is taking us, or the only thing that would take us to the condition desired, is just a matter of time in our time-space continuum, folks. It's just a matter of time. It shall happen. It will happen. And it must happen. It must happen. Again, writing down our goals and constantly repeating them by rewriting them on a daily basis or visualizing them, which we shall talk about later, is the best way we know how to harden our belief, and that is constant repetition. And once that happens, there will be no doubt. And just as Jesus, the most celebrated human being we've seen on this planet, ordained by ultimate consciousness, our maker, my maker, your maker, said, you shall receive it. It shall be received. It must be received. Constant repetition through one gate, i.e., conscious mind. Your conscious mind, my conscious mind. You know, throughout eons, ages, you know, sages and saints, prophets and poets have all written in so many ways about this subconscious mind and about belief as well. They've tried with so many stories, with metaphors, to explain to us the powers, the miracles that we have in our being, especially when we believe. Let me give you a little challenge. You know, ask anyone who has achieved any desirable feat, F-E-A-T, feat. And in most cases than not, I can promise you, believe about that condition that a person achieved, which we all are so happy or envious of, was long established in their minds and hearts. They were long established there. They probably didn't articulate it. They didn't tell people or everybody around them. Some do, but it was long. It must have long been in your heart. The belief was encrusted, was hoarding long in their hearts and minds before it happened. As clearly articulated, we shall condense the greatest narratives and experiences for the advancement of your consciousness, because you are the girl of this program. You.
Creation in any way or form is the result of directed consciousness. Wherever attention, i.e., directed consciousness goes, energy must flow. If we go through every major good old book, we see creation on the cosmic scale being done with and by the imagination of the all, i.e., ultimate consciousness, just as quantum physics as a discipline has corroborated this age-old scriptural exposition. The reality is, matter in itself does not exist in the absolute, but ultimate consciousness. Ultimate consciousness. And now, no, let us not be mistaken in thinking that our bodies, cars, and houses don't exist relative to our consciousness. And that would be a very grave mistake, because they do. Our consciousness perceive through our faculties, i.e., cells, nerves, brain, spinal cord, have subjected us to the world of what we normally call Newtonian physics, that is solid matter, just for the evolutionary journey to flow unimpeded. And again, hello folks, any directed consciousness for a period of time must be objectified. Again, any directed consciousness for a period of time must be objectified. It's law. The law. And it has little or nothing at all to do with who you are. You know, where you are from, or who your parents are, or what skin color you have. In this case, yours truly, that's me speaking, being a person of color, can still create. The law is inflexibly impartial. And now, this great gift is given only to advanced consciousness, i.e., Homo sapiens, like just you and me, just us. To create and to think is to create mental pictures. Again, to think is to create mental pictures. And mental pictures, when exposed enough to time, in our space-time continuum, must come to pass or be experienced. Must come to pass or be experienced. In that case, we have a great responsibility placed on our shoulders, as the law can either, as we can all see, either work for us or against us. To be conscious is to create, whether consciously or unconsciously. That's in that case, that would be neglect, which most of us are still at that stage. But creation, your world, you must, if you are human, listening now. This again was the Greatest Call Discourse. If you do find the content of this channel worth listening to, like I do, and to be honest, I do, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. God bless you. And don't forget, the most important is to create consciously. Create the better life for yourself, for your family, for the planet, and for everyone. Thank you once again. God bless you all.